Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. Today I'm super excited to share with you the very first upcycle of my spring summer 2020 line. It will be coming out this spring, and so I'm going to get a jump on it by just sharing with you how to make the Hannah jacket. No, actually it's the Courtney jacket. This jacket walked the runway in the fall, and Hannah is just the name of the model who wore it. I absolutely love it, and I'm going to share it with you guys today. I believe that designer fashion is for everybody, not just for those who can afford it. Now, of course, you know, if you can't afford to pay for one-of-a-kind pieces, that is amazing. But I started this channel at a time where, you know, buying designer pieces was not in the budget. So I really want to make sure that everybody can rock one-of-a-kind amazing designer pieces. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1. All right, so today the pieces I'm that Alright, so today the pieces that I'm going to use are slightly different. Most of my pieces are reclaimed pieces. Well, these are slightly reclaimed. However, I already have this one. I am doing another one for the channel, so I am going to do it for a very good friend. But she gave me a blazer that she had gotten, and I think she got this blazer from Zara or something like that. Just a blazer that she liked the print on it, and she gave me some old jeans that she had, and I'm going to use these shorts as one pair. For this, you're going to need 2 pairs of jeans and 1 blazer, and the bigger the jeans the better. I'm just going to say that up front. She's not very big at all, and so I'm going to really have to make this work, but you'll see. And then I have another pair of jeans, and this is going to be really cool because these are button fly, so they're going to be the part that's upside down. But yeah, so let's get right into it. All right, so once you pick what blazer and what pair of jeans you want to use, you'll lay the first pair of jeans. I'll show you how I have the blazer. So you have the blazer on its back, on the back side of the blazer, because most of this project is concerning the back side of the blazer. You just kind of want to open it up, and you're going to be taking off. There's normally 2 stitches on a blazer, or most men's blazers, that go up the middle of the back. And so one is over here out of the shot. One is here, and then one is here, and then you'll have a seam up the middle that has a little split part. And guys, if you have a blazer, please open this back part. It's supposed to be open. I think some people like it closed. They don't want the flap, but it is supposed to be open. That little X, whenever you see that little X on your clothes you buy from the store, it's supposed to come out. You're supposed to take it out. But anyway, you want to decide how far up you want your jeans to go, and so I normally go just about let's measure it. It all depends on how long the blazer is, but I'm going to take mine about 5.5 inches below where the seam ends under the arm. It's not an exact science. I love projects like this because, you know, they have so much forgiveness. Forgiveness is a wonderful thing, right? So there's a little spot right here on the jeans, so I want to avoid that. So really I just want to go as far as I can without getting that spot in there. So I can see that, and I'll fold them in half and I'll just cut them across. Actually, some of this is going to cover it, so I'm actually going to just cut right on top of it just to be safe. It's better safe than sorry. The next thing I'm gonna do is open them up across the crotch, right on that flat fail seam, and this is a flat fail seam. Then I'm also, because I need this piece to lay flat, and you can see right now when I'm doing that, because of this, it's not gonna stay flat. So I also want to cut right again next to the flat fail seam, and if you get some really sharp scissors, then you can use the tips of them and cut it until you can get that piece to lay flat. And later on we're just going to add a stitch right there to get that to lay flat. So it looks like I'll probably only be able to go up to here on my jacket, because that's really honestly what dictates it, is where the cross of where this comes to. But I mean, we've just made a skirt, guys. Like, honestly, I have another tutorial on that, but if you sew that down, you've turned jeans into a skirt, so you're welcome. So we also want to cut our the main jeans up the side, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Don't throw this away. You're gonna need the back pockets for the sleeves. All right, so for the other jeans, which I want to make sure that the front half of these jeans is enough to span across here, and it does not look like it is. So, like, honestly, I want you guys to know that it is killing me, like, cutting up these good pairs of jeans, but you know, it is what it is. These I am going to just cut off the front band of them, and also the pockets. So in order to do that, I need to take apart, I knew it was a reason why I got the seam ripper. I need to take these two loose. I might have to use a little bit of the back of the seam of these. I don't like, when I cut my jeans apart, I like to be able to cut like right down the middle seam, because I could use that whole back part for something else. That's the only thing that's like stressing me out about this. But yeah, I'll get over it. And you do not want to cut the pockets. We're keeping the pockets. The pockets are going to be saved from here. So this is going to be interesting, trying to do this with a pair of jeans that's smaller than the person. I'm going to cut this as close to the waistband as possible.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, save yourself some heartache and just use a pair of jeans that is wide enough to just cut down the seam between the front and the back.
And then I'm going to cut just the denim, not the pocket. Just, you're going to have to hold the pocket.
On these, I was really doing some finagling to try and keep the pocket and not cut the patches. But if you just have a pair where you can just cut down the seam, it's so much more straightforward.
All right, so now we have our top piece. I don't know how I feel about this, the blue fading.
I actually didn't like it at all. So check the pockets of your jeans before you start cutting them up. And I ended up using a whole other pair for this part, which you'll see in a moment, but it's not a total loss because I can still use that piece for another project.
So we have our blazer. I'm going to lay our jeans, the main part, upside down. And we're going to get that to flatten out as much as possible. Then we have this pair, and not even that high. Not even that high. It's going to sit there. So that means that we are going to open up our jacket up to this point right here. So I'm just going to take a couple of pins out. So then we're going to take this seam apart with the seam ripper. Just a hint, something I didn't know until like well into my sewing career. If you take the little ball thing and put it into the seam, it'll help you just to rip right through stuff. So yeah.
And you're gonna seam rip both sides up to the pin.
But I do want to take the lining loose from the jacket at the bottom. Okay, so I got the lining separate from the jacket, but did not take the linings apart on the inside, not the side lining seam, just the split seam. This is the back panel of the blazer, and I'm going to cut it across that line. I'm actually going to leave a little bit for seam allowance so I can turn it under or just have room for mistakes. So I'm just going to follow.
Okay, I'm going to warn you that my little seam allowance was a saving of grace and almost wasn't enough. So I would actually recommend that you leave a few inches of seam allowance, like at least 3. All right, now it's finally time to go to the sewing machine. We'll first sew down that front crotch part to make that piece lay flat. This is a new sewing machine, and I'll talk about that in a whole nother video, but you'll definitely want to use jean needles for this no matter what sewing machine you have. All right, so we're gonna lay the upside down piece flat and lay the pocket piece on top. Position it where you want it and pin it down.
All right, so we're gonna stitch it. I need to take these apart, or I'll fake it.
I'm just gonna sew right on top of the bottom seam of the waistband. And this is what I mean by fake it. Just go under the belt loop and then just go past it.
Fake it till you make it.
And then when you get to the opening in the waistband, unbutton it and sew it to the end on the button side.
Really, next, I need to sew to right here. Don't sew. You don't even think about trying to sew this thick layer and that thick layer.
And to get it right up to the edge, I'll turn it around and sew it from the other side.
Let's cut off the excess. You don't have to really worry about that edge because it'll be inside the lining.
All right, so I'll lay the piece that I cut off the back of the blazer on top of my jean piece and line them up at the bottom. And then mark along the sides so you know where to sew the blazer to. Then I'm going to pin the denim piece to the blazer so that the existing blazer seam fold lines up with the line on the denim that I just marked. And at the bottom, I'll line it up with the bottom hem fold. Then I'll sew it down right on the seam fold. And when you're sewing it down, make sure to keep the pocket down where it's supposed to be. It would actually be worth pinning it as well. And make sure your lining is pulled back as well, because if you're not careful, you'll sew right over it. And once you finish, it'll look something like this. Then you can go ahead and pin the other side. That side takes a little bit of finagling as well. Just to get the lining out of the way, you'll almost have to turn it like inside out to get it pinned down. But once you get it kind of turned inside out, you can pin it down and then you'll sew that side down as well. And once I open it up, I realized that I forgot to sew the belt loops from the pocket part to the other piece of the jeans. So you can go ahead and sew that down as well. Then I'm going to add a top stitch to make it sit properly, and that's going to make it look nice and professional. And we can also go up to the top and close up the seam openings. I'll add a pin where the top of the jeans is going to hit and then just stitch it down to there. And now I can tuck the rest under and pin it in place along the waistband. Then I'll sew it down on top of the top seam of the waistband, right over the belt loop if you can, and right past the button to the end of that side. Then turn it over and sew down the other side to the edge of the other side of the waistband. And it's so funny because one of you commented that this was sewing sorcery. Well, this is how this sewing sorcery is done. All right, so now we'll resolve the lining in the back. It's longer than the denim piece, so I'm gonna fold it so that it's not showing and iron it down. And you'll do this for both the bottom and the sides where the opening is. And once you have it all ironed, it should be hidden. Then you can hand stitch it in place. All right, lastly, let's add the denim cuffs. Let's use the back half of the main pair of jeans that we used and just cut it in half. These jeans are really quite small, so this cuff is not going to go all the way around the blazer sleeve, but it's okay because then we can expose the buttons on the cuff. You always have to figure out a way just to, use what you have. So I'll just put it in and line it up like I want it so that the right side will show when the cuff is turned up. So I'll just pin it and line it up so that it looks the way I want it to, and just sew it down along the edge of the blazer sleeve. To finish it off, I'll cut off the excess from the jeans on the sleeves and either serge or add an overcast stitch to the ends and hand sew it inside the sleeves. And this is it, the I'm the Blueprint blazer. The very first piece that's going into the Blueprint signature shop this spring. I absolutely love it because every single piece will be different. Just imagine a color block one with a colored blazer and different colored jeans. Oh my gosh. And it totally can be worn by both men and women, so that makes it even better. And some of you guys are so creative. I can only imagine what you're gonna come up with based on this. So definitely tag me once you make it so that I can share it on my socials. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so excited about this whole process, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching me go along in the process, because I definitely want to take you guys along on this journey. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe because I share all of my designs on here, so you don't want to miss it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.